what? I'll have to be higher than this to look down.
Video, babe.
Huh?
And that was the last time they asked me to do anything on a ladder. Thank goodness. Oh my word. We are delayed by rain and really wanting to be done with this thing. Here's the recap once again of where we started and where we're going next. Oh, we have been through it. We have been through it. I'm telling you, I'm not used to this much physical labor. I can certainly tell you that. I guess you're seeing in the background all the stages that we've been going through. I include this in case someone just randomly happens to click on this video and they don't realize why we're doing this. My daughter Olivia, her husband Ryan, and the baby that is due very soon. They're going to stay with us for a while. And to do that, we had to move half my house. And we had to build the she shed so that I would have room to still do the things that I'm doing, you know, just for my life and for my YouTube channel. This is the inspiration pic for how we want to do the loft. And there's the inset showing when the loft floor, the first beam's going in. And I was very excited that day, and I still am excited, but the rain is keeping us from getting stuff done. I'm going to have an entire wall of shelves, and I'm going to do something. I think I might do a surprise. I'm not going to tell you guys. It'll either be these canvas drop cloth curtains, or it will be something entirely fresh that you don't know about yet. Okay, that's the color scheme I'm probably going with, except I won't do those red shutters. But that truffle color is like a dark brown. Okay, we decided instead of sliding barn doors, it would be cheaper and faster to do the French doors. So I found a good set. It had just been listed less than an hour when I found them. There's the loft floor, and here I am imagining where things are going to fit on the loft, under the loft, in the main area, all of it, all of it. I've drawn little pictures and little diagrams just to keep my sanity because I want to be prepared. All right, the light fixture situation, some given to me by my brother-in-law. This is the light fixture that is currently in the rose room, and there is a beautiful ceiling fan that has just arrived at my home. I have not unboxed it yet, but they reached out to me, the company Parrot Uncle, and asked if I'd like to try one of their fans and feature it on a video. So I told them it'd be a little while before we're to that point, and they said that's fine. Here is a mock-up of how that fan is going to look in the main room, and as you can see, there's a similar chandelier in our inspiration picture. It's got the same vibe as the chandelier that I'm going to move out there, except I will replace the burned out bulb. And I'm just keeping on dreaming up new details for Ben to have to do, but I love the way that little tiny awning, roof-like awning, I think that's adorable. I hope that we can do that soon. And here is a really good mock-up that is actually very much to scale because it's on graph paper, and the rug and all that furniture in the center area is cut out separately and got a little tiny piece of wall tacky underneath it so that I'm able to feature it, rearrange, play with it. Under the loft, I'm definitely going to let that be my craft area. And in the main area, we're going to have that as family space. All of us are dreaming about how lovely it would be to come out there and have some family space as well as my craft area. So there's Mr. Cain explaining to me what we're doing. But this day we were very excited because the loft floor was installed, and I came up the ladder, I came over the scaffolding, and I'm in the loft taking these video clips and the photos. I don't love heights when I'm not strapped in. I can do a roller coaster all day long because I'm strapped in, But this loosey-goosey fall between the studs kind of stuff, I set myself down. Oh my word, oh my word. This really did end up being a tall building because of the way we wanted the roof to be separate from the original shed roof, which it's attached to. Okay, so you can see that I am sitting as low in that chair as I can, and I'm still 10 feet up. And that, practically, no, I think my feet are at the 7.5 foot mark. My men have worked so hard. Ben's showing here how the rafters, the trusses in the loft area will be made differently so that we can walk around up there. In the main area, it's going to have that horizontal beam that goes all the way across, but it will be open. I begged for that. He's like, well, it'd be more energy efficient if you would let us put a ceiling at that 10-foot height. That's still pretty high. And I said, I know it's still pretty high, but the aesthetic of it is super important to me. Please, can we just start out without a ceiling in it and then see how it goes? Okay, and here I am. They had asked me, they were so desperate for somebody to help them get an eye on on whether that top header, no, it's not a header, it's the roof line, whatever they call that word. They wanted to see if it was doing what they needed it to do. They asked me to get on a ladder and stick my head up through those rafters, and I was terrified doing it. And then he realized that I had my camera on, and he was like, turn the camera off, don't do a video. So yeah, okay, I'm going to just be so transparent, and if I get flack for this, just go on your way. You don't have to watch my videos. This is what it looks like in the process of packing up all my craft materials, all my supplies, all my flip pieces that I'm going to be flipping, over time, and the number of buckets. This is the bedroom that I call my Grandma Moses room. That primitive cabinet I love so much, and it's going into the shed. All right, this is the next stage, and it's getting a little better. Things are sort of getting put in boxes. Oh my word, the footboard is not on the end of the bed anymore. From up there it kind of looks like it did originally. Oh my word. And that's the other day when I did that video. Look at that stack of quilts, vintage quilts. When I did the video from the bed, this is where I was. Okay, and this is my rose room, which used to be an absolute gorgeous room, and it still is underneath, but over time, it had just really gotten in bad shape because everybody, not just me, mostly me, but not just me, had started putting any kind of excess items into this room. And it was getting piled up and piled up. And so now it's really piled up because I have moved stuff from other parts of the house to this room. It wasn't quite this bad. It's pretty bad, but I mean, there's no denying it. This probably qualifies for an episode of Hoarders. But, I just decided this was too much work and too much sorting out for me to ignore that this is part of the process that we've had to go through, because to make room for my daughter and son-in-law and the new baby downstairs, my two college-age sons who still live at home they gave up their downstairs bedrooms and had to move into these 2 bedrooms upstairs. Oh my goodness, which meant these 2 bedrooms upstairs had to be entirely emptied. I mean, everything. Okay, getting better. Okay, almost everything out of this room now. Oh my word. I can't tell y'all how sore I am. I'm sore. I have joint pain in places that I didn't know I had joints, y'all. I'm so sore because the men they would have helped me more, but they had to be building the shed. What kind of crazy are we even doing here? What are we doing? Well, it's going to be better after. And it has to get worse before it gets better. But, okay, now you can see more progress. More stuff has been packed into tubs, and more stuff has been sorted, and my entire front porch is loaded with a truckload of stuff that's going to be carried to be donated. And I just randomly ran across the reason for all this. That's Olivia as a young teenager. This used to be my living room. Okay, so the contents of the 2 bedrooms, which were chock full, are now in my living room. For the love, this is not livable. We're a refugee camp over here. It's terrible. It's really, it's shocking. And yesterday, little Claire, that is just turned 3, about to turn 3, she came in my house, and I wish I had had a recording of her face when she saw my living room and dining room piled up to the sky. I mean, piled up to the sky. Oh my word. So you can see that I do have things in actual storage totes, and I do have things somewhat grouped, somewhat. All right. Look how pretty my couch and my chair are. And the floor. Wow, there's a floor in this room. Who knew? I had already emptied my original Duncan 5 cabinet because that's where my wedding china was. And even more stuff. Even more stuff. We know we have a 7-month-old baby. So for him to be over here, we have the little baby walker. There's my gorgeous dining room table that is covered. It's covered. It's ridiculously covered. But I can't help it. There's nowhere else for it to go until the shed is finished. Ideally, we would have put all these things straight into the shed, but we have been rain delayed. And look, there's Luke, my son, honorary son. I love him so much. He randomly came by my house on the day that I needed him most, and all I can say is God heard my prayer and sent Luke. Look at me, laying on the couch. I have covered my couches with quilts, laying in this dining room because I'm so exhausted. I can't do a single more thing, but I did actually have to do a lot of more things after that because we had to prepare for rain. We covered everything up that was outside. Now, in the meantime, while all that was going on the inside, Ben's just been out there working and working and working with whoever is available to help him. It's been different members of our family just at different stages able to come and help him a little bit, a lot of bit. Yeah, he's had a lot of help from lots of people. And my mother-in-law brought us Jack's chicken fingers one day and saved our lives. We were all starving, but nobody could stop to make a sandwich or go to a restaurant or anything and bring it back. But that's the first time she has come out to see everything. And it was really a good day on this day. We had visible progress, and Ben had cleaned up the inside of the shed so that we could see and get a sense of the spaces, how it's going to feel when we're able to move furniture in, that kind of thing. So it was there sitting beside me. And at the end of every day, we have to stack up lumber. We have to put away all the tools, lock it up into the original part of the shed that's still completely enclosed, and Ben calls it now the he shed. The big part's the she shed, little part's the he shed. He gets a kick out of that. And this was moving day. There's a U-Haul truck emptying the entire contents of Olivia's home into my lower level, which is 2 bedrooms, a large open living room space. Thank you to all these friends who helped so wonderfully. Here's where we are now with the 2 windows, and hopefully the doors can be installed soon. There is siding on 2 sides, except for that back corner of the side wall over there. And as far up on the gable as Ben could reach by himself. And we're just praying that there are enough breaks in the rain on the days that Ben is able to be off that we can get this stuff done. Once again, let's let my little granddaughter Claire close us out with the sweet sleep of the righteous. Thank you so much for all of you who are giving me such lovely comments of encouragement. I have not been able to reply to everyone, but I appreciate everyone. I am praying for all of you, my friends, who are lovely to me. I pray the Lord blesses your lives richly.